Look at Joe. I mean, he says his entire life he felt skinny, that he was like, he just didn't have that confidence in himself. Even though you see his YouTube channel and you think there's no way that this guy, like, I would never thought it. But just because you don't think it's there doesn't mean it's not happening. Coach Greg, and I'm in the process of moving, but I just watched a video by Fazer. He came out and he says he's really struggling with mental health.
I've never really spoken about this on my channel, but it's to do with mental health. More specifically, my mental health.
In case you don't know this guy, he's got close to 1 million followers. He has an incredible physique. The guy's 6'3", I think. He's shredded, single-digit body fat, has everything going for him. He has great friends, great family, and he was happy his entire life. However, he has a lot of insecurities. He felt like he was skinny. He didn't have like the perfect complexion. He had a bit of acne on his face.
I've always been insecure about being skinny, about having spots, generally my appearance.
As of late, in the last 2 or 3 months, it's really gotten to him. So much so that he wasn't a guy that was crying in the past, and he's cried several times. Every single day he's sad.
The last 2 or 3 months, I have really started taking these insecurities and it's really been affecting my mood.
And at the start of the video, he points out that 1 in 10 people, they suffer from depression. 1 in 10, and only half of the people, they seek out about it. And men and women, the big difference is that a lot more men will actually end things because of it, okay? A lot of guys, they're too macho. They don't have the security to basically open up and talk to other people. And Joe, he said, you know, I started to open up. He kept it to himself at first, and he's opened up. And I think it's a really important message, and I'm so happy that he made that video, because so many people don't say anything. And when a guy like Joe, who's a young guy that's extremely successful, when he can go out and make a video like that and say, it's happening to me. I mean, if it can happen to him with all the success, everything going for him, and he knows it, he's not saying like there's, you know, I'm not doing great in life. He's doing amazing, but he still feels that sadness. And so his message is to open up and talk to other people, because if you don't say anything, if you don't share the message, then no one can help you. And for a while, he didn't say anything.
I shouldn't be complaining. I shouldn't be sad right now, but for some reason, I'm the fucking worst I've ever been.
I want to make this video because I want other people to be aware of this, that mental health, it's such a huge thing. It's really important, and it's underrated. Not so many people, they can share and open up. Whether you're famous, rich, a super athlete in the NBA, NFL, you know, the best athlete in the world, all the money, the best friends, your life is amazing. It doesn't mean you're immune to it. Mental health, it's one of those things you can't just have control of. It takes a hold of you. And unless you work on it, unless you talk to other people, perhaps it's some friends, you could start with some friends, talk to them.
I've started speaking to people. For about 2 months, I just kept it to myself. But last week, I spoke to a mate about it. That helped. I went and spoke to my mum. I told her about the situation.
And you could get professional help, but not everyone, I'm sure, can afford it. But at least start with your friends. Tell one person and just let them know about it. And that sharing, that just unloading it from your chest and just saying, you know, I feel this way, that can do wonders. You can talk about it. You can source out, what can you do? How can we make this better? And if other people are aware and they know about it, they're more likely to try and help you. Because if they don't, well, how can they help? They would see you as being some successful guy, girl, whatever, and like, oh, he's got no problem. And look at Joe. I mean, he says his entire life he felt skinny, that he was like, he just didn't have that confidence in himself. Even though you see his YouTube channel and you think there's no way that this guy, like, I would never thought it. But just because you don't think it's there doesn't mean it's not happening. And so despite the fact that, you know, you've seen him grow, I've done a ton of videos on this guy. He's got a great YouTube channel, great physique, and he was skinnier at the start. And who isn't? Who isn't skinny when they're 12, 13, 14 years old? And he put in the work and he kept training and he got a lot more muscle. He looks amazing. And I mean, let's be honest, he has a better physique than probably 99% of people. But yet he still has those insecurities. He said he was even covering his face like with a hat, and he just didn't want people to see him. And he had like, I think he called them spots. I mean, in Canada, we would say zits or acne. And like, who doesn't have some acne? And so if it's happening to Joe, who's, you know, he's right on 1 million followers, everything going for him, imagine how many people it's affecting who don't have what Joe has. They don't have the friends, the popular, like this guy, like when you're as popular as that, he would walk around every day, would be fans. They would be like, wow, it's like, I can't believe I met you. You're so great. I love your videos. You're such a great role model, inspiring other people. But deep inside, you just feel sad and you're not happy. And so I'm hoping that other people that see his video, go check out his original video. It's only 4 minutes. Trust me, you got 4 minutes. You can spend 4 minutes and go and watch him. Leave a comment. And the more people that talk about this, it can help so many people. And so I really wanted to just put out this message, because if it's happening to Joe, just think of how many people it's happening to. Not everyone has the perfect physique. And even if you do, you look like Chris Bumstead. We don't know. Maybe Chris Bumstead's sad. We don't know. You don't know. Just because the guy has millions of followers and has the title doesn't mean that the guy is going to feel happy. You don't know. We don't know. And so please share how you're feeling, open up, and realize that it's not about being perfect. You can't look perfect. We're not going to all have clear skin every day. We're not all going to have single-digit body fat and bench press 500 pounds. And life you get old. As good as you are, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I look better than I do now. You can't look perfect forever. So even if you're Chris Bumstead, even if you won 3 Mr. Olympia titles, maybe he wins 10 in a row, maybe 20, but eventually you can't keep winning the titles. Eventually, something's going to go wrong. Maybe you get sick, or you get hurt, or you get injured, or something happens. You can't always be perfect. And to put your pressure on yourself to always be perfect and to have to impress other people all the time, you can't impress. Even if you're the best in the world, you're not going to be the best forever. And so out of the billions and billions of people on this planet, you can't be number one. And trying to be number one and putting all that pressure on it, it's just too much. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trying to be your best. Of course, try to be your best, but realize that you don't need to be perfect. And in the world of fitness influencers and whatnot, I feel like there's so much pressure to look good. And it could be just you're watching my videos and I'm telling you how to lose weight, or I'm saying, how to get to 15% body fat, a healthy body. Well, not everyone can even get halfway. You're at 50% and you're like, man, I can't even get to 30. Like, how many? You just be the best that you can be. Try to be fit, try to be healthy. And remember, mental health, physical, spiritual, emotional, social, all these health, that's everything. You have to have balance. And so even if you have the physical, that's great. You can run a marathon. Fantastic. You look amazing. But what about the mental health? Do you have friends? Do you like your life? Are you happy? And so please talk to other people, realize this is a major concern, a major issue, and it probably happens to way more people because not many people speak up. You do not know how people feel. And it took a lot of courage for Joe to make that video because, people are going to judge. There's some people who are going to say, oh, what's wrong with this guy? He's so rich. He's so famous. Why would he be upset? And it's like the courage to come out and speak and be open about it that makes more other people that see him do that video, then they have the courage, then everyone speaks about it, then it becomes more a normalized thing. It becomes easier for people to open up and speak out, and that is going to help a lot of people. And so appreciate Joe having the courage to come and make that video. And so please check him out, watch the video, and just learn from him and be open. Coach Greg, I'm ending it here. I don't know the rest of my spiel, but I'm moving, but definitely want to get that message out. And so until next time, I am out.